know we got bosses, and we've got orders.
Want to redeem yourself? So why don't you cut your motherfucking throat or I'll do it for you.
The film begins with a chilling introduction to Alexander Coates, a ruthless crime lord, as he arrives at his grim torture chamber. There, he finds Hurst, his loyal enforcer, holding one of Coates' own men, Sasha. Coates accuses Sasha of failing his mission, reminding him that he was well aware of the dire consequences that awaited him. In a cruel twist, Coates orders Hurst to hand Sasha a knife and commands him to take his own life, or else face death at Coates' own hands. Desperate and defiant, Sasha chooses to fight back, launching an attack on Coates.
You broke the code, Sasha. You a motherfucking rat.
Give me a chance to redeem myself.
Now,
Don't kill me.
I don't want to use the word seppuku. You want to redeem yourself? So why don't you cut your motherfucking throat or I'll do it for you.
In a shocking turn of events, he manages to kill Coates. Coates instructs Hurst to find a new suit for him, as the one he wore was now stained with blood. Moments later, Coates presents Hurst with 2 handguns, explaining that they were acquired through violence and offering them as a reward for capturing Sasha. He then assigns Hurst a new mission, to eliminate a man named Benny who has resisted Coates' influence from within prison. Coates warns him sternly not to fail the mission. The scene shifts to a chaotic prison environment where Hurst, disguised as a guard, begins his deadly task by neutralizing the guards one by one.
Hurst, you got this?
Where you going, cuz?
Blind.
He encounters several prisoners who attempt to protect Benny. Just as he is about to take the shot at his target, confusion reigns. One prisoner inadvertently distracts him, leading Hurst to shoot the wrong man instead. As he makes his escape, another prisoner confronts him, furious that he has failed to kill Benny. Upon exiting the prison, Hurst receives a call from Coates inquiring about the mission's success. Hurst lies, assuring Coates that it was completed and promising to meet him in 30 minutes. When Hurst arrives, Coates introduces him to Dante, his business associate, who reveals that Hurst has mistakenly killed the wrong target. Despite this being Hurst's first failure, Coates insists that he must face the consequences. Dante's men swiftly knock Hurst unconscious, but Coates intervenes, ordering Dante not to kill him. Instead, Dante and his crew subject Hurst to brutal torture, mercilessly crushing his hands and destroying the tools he once relied upon. 6 months later, we find a broken Hurst, now a shadow of his former self, drowning his sorrows in alcohol. He meets Oso and exchanges pleasantries before retreating to his room. There, Coates pays him a visit, reminding him of his past glories while offering him money to escape and start anew far away from the chaos of his current life. The narrative shifts to Iceman, a man who has spent 2 years in prison, arriving at Coates' residence. He informs Coates that the target they had sent Hurst to eliminate was actually in their custody and requests something in return for him, a deal that Coates readily accepts. Meanwhile, Cesar, another gang leader, receives ominous warnings from Iceman's men. If he wishes to continue operating in the city, he must submit to Iceman's authority. Back in the streets, Oso is on his way to work when he is confronted by a group of thugs intent on robbing him. Just in time, Hurst appears and senses the danger. He swiftly intervenes and defeats the attackers.
I said, give me that box. I said, give me the fucking box, oh.
No, I can't do that.
Oso is taken aback by Hurst's unexpected bravery and expresses his gratitude. At that moment, Iceman's men storm into a nearby pub where Oso and Karen are working, their intimidating presence quickly turning into harassment as they bully Karen without remorse. Oso and Hurst spent some time getting to know one another, during which Oso confided his deep affection for Karen, whom he cherished as if she were his own daughter. Curiosity piqued, he inquired about the condition of Hurst's hands, but Hurst chose to remain silent, unwilling to discuss the painful memories associated with them. Fortunately, Oso returned just in time to assert himself and protect Karen from the menacing advances of Iceman's thugs. Meanwhile, Iceman met with Cesar, delivering a chilling ultimatum. He demanded 10% of Cesare's income, threatening dire consequences if his demand went unheeded. To underscore his seriousness, Iceman ruthlessly attacked Cesare's men, killing them in cold blood. The following morning, Hurst spotted Iceman and his crew entering a warehouse. Driven by instinct, he followed them but was soon captured. In that moment of peril, Hurst recalled that Iceman was the very man who had provided him with the incorrect identity of his target while he was sent in prison. Sensing Hurst's current state of despair and homelessness, Iceman spared his life. Distressed by the treatment he had received, Hurst retreated to his room, contemplating suicide. However, he was jolted from his dark thoughts by Karen's cries for help outside. Without hesitation, he rushed down to assist her, only to find Coates storming in to fend off the gangsters.
What's happened? That's my girl.
You know we got bosses, and we've got orders.
Upon realizing that the attackers were affiliated with Iceman, Coates resolved to pay him a visit and deliver a warning about the impending dangers if he did not cease his actions. When Coates arrived at Iceman's territory, they were met with resistance from Iceman's guards, whom they dispatched swiftly. The confrontation between Coates and Iceman escalated into a heated exchange, with both sides inciting violence and refusing to submit to one another's authority. As they left the meeting, Coates instructed his men to prepare for an impending threat, sensing trouble on the horizon. Likewise, Iceman relayed the same message to his right-hand man. Coates then reached out to Hurst, urging him to rejoin his ranks. Just as Hurst was about to respond positively, Oso struck him from behind, knocking him unconscious. When Hurst regained consciousness, he found Oso sitting before him. Oso explained that Coates had ordered him to treat Hurst's injuries and help him regain his strength. However, their moment of respite was short-lived as Cesare's men stormed in and kidnapped them. They were taken to Cesare's hideout, where Cesare ordered 2 of his men to bury Hurst, believing him to be dead. Meanwhile, Oso faced brutal torture at the hands of Cesare's crew, who threatened to assault Karen. Summoning his remaining strength, Oso attempted to fight back but was stabbed in the chest for his efforts. Iceman then contacted Cesare with a demand for Karen, which Cesare reluctantly complied with. Back at Hurst, he managed to break free from his captors just as they prepared to bury him. He retaliated fiercely against them and quickly made his way back to Cesare's location. Only to find Oso bloodied and lying on the ground. Oso urged him to rescue Karen before it was too late. Fueled by determination, Hurst confronted Cesare and his men, dispatching them with ruthless efficiency and shooting Cesare in the leg to extract information about Karen's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Coates was preparing his men for an anticipated attack from Iceman. It wasn't long before Iceman and his crew stormed in, shooting at Coates' men as they made their way inside.
Play, you stay with me. That's on neighborhood.
At that critical moment, Hurst joined the fray.
Gut him like a pig.
Alexander.
Come in, baby.
After eliminating Iceman's henchmen, Iceman found himself cornered and resorted to using Karen as a human shield in a desperate bid for escape. Without hesitation, Coates fired a shot that struck Iceman squarely in the head, ending his life once and for all. With Iceman defeated and having proven his loyalty through action, Hurst turned to Coates and expressed his gratitude for everything he had done for him. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, have a wonderful day.